We got Curtis Millender back here on the program. He's going to be taking on Elizeu Zaleski coming up here on UFC on ESPN +4 on March 9th. Curtis, what's going on, man? How are you?
I'm great, sir. Working hard. How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome, man. We were talking about this off air. 4th UFC fight. Here you are in the co-main event. And one of the cool things I know about this fight is that you were actually told about this matchup and this spot like the night after your last fight. Like, how cool is that the UFC's, so amped on you?
It was actually the night of. I ran into Sean Shelby backstage, and I told him like I'm ready to go again, and he gave me the opportunity. Originally, it was supposed to be for this past weekend, but more time was needed, so pushed it back. Got a better spot on the card. Perfect.
Yeah, it certainly worked out great for you. And let's talk about your last fight. I know you didn't get a finish in that one, but you took out a really tough guy in Siar Bahadazara at UFC 232. How happy were you with your performance in that fight?
Um, you know, Looking back, I did a lot of the things that was worked on. So everything we worked on in camp, I applied. I gave up a takedown. I do that, but I'm trying to get away from giving up the takedowns. And then, but overall, I give myself about a B plus.
And he had a really big fan base, I know, heading into the fight. Did you get any of that on social media? Because I was surprised that I was reading the comments on our last interview. People are really coming after you.
Yeah, I got the worst of it. It was funny. I didn't take anything too personal. Like I said, I have a very sharp tongue too, so I was having my fun going back and forth. But I have a pretty decent following too now, so I had a lot of my fans backing me up too. So it was fun. Um, like I said, the only thing that kind of took it was like completely disrespectful. Like after the fight, even after the fight, like usually going back and forth, we can like shake hands, talking out after, but he was completely disrespectful. Said the whole fucking American thing, like he was. So he took. He had to take it. So he had to come in.
Gotcha. And let's talk about this fight here. Taking on Zaleski, I mentioned the 20-5 record. How do you feel like you match up against him here?
Well, once again, I feel like it's my fight to win. He does a lot of things right, but the things he does right are the things I want people to do, so I can showcase my skill. So and he throws combination punches. So of course I'll be looking to counter. Um, he's good, but I don't see anything special. So all I have to do is go out there and do what I know I can do, and it should be.
And how have you structured this training camp for this fight? It's coming up in a few weeks.
One of the bad takeaways from the last fight was just controlling my breathing. For some reason, I just felt like my breathing was a little off. Even not even just the fight, just the whole last camp. So focus more on the breathing and uh, exploding what I need to explode, and not wasting any explosion. So as long as I fix those things, it's gonna be a breeze.
Okay. And the weight cut, I imagine that started already?
Oh man, this is this is easy. I already knew about the fight, so I didn't do my usual getting fat. I stayed within about 20 pounds, so it's fine. I'm good.
Who's going to be in your corner for this fight?
I'll have Ben Jones, my head coach. My strength and conditioning coach, Mike Harris, is more like the mental game for me. He makes sure I'm mentally focused, and then my striking coach, Chinani Kama, who's he puts all these movements I do. He puts them together. He watches all the tape, so it's gonna be fun. I got the band back together. The last I brought Jacob Rosales in just so he can kind of get that feel. He's so close to being on the big show, so that way he can get that feel instead of try to light a fire, a bigger fire under him. The fire's already lit, so just put more gasoline on that fire. I think after his next fight, he'll be in the UFC, and we'll be on the same cards together.
And how do you see this fight playing out on March 9th? Are we going to see a finish in this one?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely going for the finish this time. No more going to the judges. Like I said, usually when I go to the judges, it's clear that I'm the winner. But I want to finish. I want to finish, and then to move on to bigger and better fights. It's starting to get to the top of that hit list. So the targets are becoming more high priced. So.
You mentioned to me that you want the winner of Darren Till and George Masvidal. Do you realistically think, do you think you need to get a finish to get that fight, or do you think even if you get a decision here, that's the next fight for you?
Finish, definitely. I would have to get that, but I think with this win, it puts me in a spot where I can get any fight I want in the welterweight. With anybody, probably like from 13. But I'm giving up anybody. I feel like I know I have that confidence now to go in there and compete with anybody in the top 10, top 5. And that's all I need. That's all I need to get the confidence.
Before we wrap things up here, got to talk a little pro wrestling. I think the biggest news that people are talking about is that Ronda Rousey might be leaving. What are your thoughts on that, and what's something right now in wrestling that you're a big fan of?
Big fan of Shinsuke. That's why I actually wore the Shinsuke Nakamura shirt. I knew you were going to ask me some pro wrestling stuff. The Ronda leaving thing, she's going to go and do some, she'll be back. I'm still not a huge fan of Ronda, but I do see the progression, like she's getting really, really good. So, she'll leave and come back. I'm kind of bummed we're not going to see her back at WrestleMania. We got her, Charlotte out. Really pumped about that. Really hope that they're going to be the main event for WrestleMania. I'm not really that interested in seeing Brock in the main event again. So definitely time to see something different in the main event of WrestleMania. I'm going to have a WrestleMania party. So, but, yeah.
All right, well, we're looking forward to your fight coming up here March 9th. It is UFC on ESPN Plus 4. Curtis, always appreciate you taking the time, man. Just remind people where they can find you on social media, and if you have any sponsors or shout-outs, the floor is yours, man.
All right, thank you. Instagram, Curtis170. On Twitter, Curtis1. A big shout-out to JP23 downtown Fullerton. That's where the official viewing party for the fight will be. So if you're in the Orange County area, get there. JR Wheels and Tires, my management team, OC, sports management. Oh man, to everybody, like I say every time, they're giving me a ride and support me in this fight thing. Like I'm a fan, and thank you very much.